All right, welcome to our Bible in plain view, where we put together a short lesson in a stay of half an hour, and we're going to break down the Bible in plain view to you. I'm your reader, Brother Glenn, and your teacher is Brother Rob. And the title of our lesson is The Zeal of God, Not According to Knowledge.
Yeah. So the zeal of God, not according to knowledge. We're going to start in 1 Samuel 2, 1 and 2. But the reason why we talking about this topic, because we have a lot of people that say they know God and have a very good, zeal for him, but it's just not according to his word. So we're going to look up this definition of zeal real quick and give you that definition before we start. So Glenn, can you read that definition?
All right, zeal, great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective.
Mm-hmm. So we see that a lot of people say they serve God and they give a lot of energy and good emphasis on who they serve, but not understanding that they're not even serving the right Jesus, but they have zeal for him. So let's go to 1 Samuel 2 and 1 and 2. We're going to show you something about the Lord right here.
And Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiceth in the Lord. My horn is exalted in the Lord. My mouth is enlarged over mine enemies, because I rejoice in thy salvation. Mm-hmm. There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none else. There is none besides thee. Neither is there any rock like our God.
Yeah, because Christ is our rock. And like in the previous lesson, Christ is the God of the Old Testament. So we know that's who we're talking about. Give me verse 3 with that too.
Talk no more so exceeding proudly.
Yeah, because that's what they like to do. They like to talk exceeding proudly about who they serve, but not serving the right God, because it's not according to knowledge, right? Keep going.
Not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
So the God that we're dealing with, he's a God of knowledge. So we gotta serve him with knowledge. And he says, and by him actions are weighed. So he's weighing our actions as well. So we ain't gonna just say we serve God, we're gonna do it as well. So let's go to Romans 10, 1 through 3.
Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
And that's all our desires, to make sure that we want Israel to be saved and the whole world to be saved. So that's why we come out and preach the truth and let you know that, yes, you have a zeal for God, but you got to get the understanding of what God you actually are serving. Right? Because what are you going to say?
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
See, they have the zeal, they have the emphasis, they have the energy, they do certain things to help look like they serving God, but they're not doing it according to knowledge. And God has the ultimate knowledge, but you're not taking that knowledge that he's giving you. He's giving you all this knowledge in this book, but you won't follow what this book is saying. You're going to go and lean to your own understanding. And when you lean to your own understanding, that's taking you to destruction. Right. So let's I'm going to add on something. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 11. Because I want to show them that they might be thinking that they serving the right God, but Paul going to admonish them that you got to watch who you serving. Right. So let's go to 2 Corinthians 11 and give me verse 1.
Would to God he bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you unto one husband, that I may present you as chaste virgins to Christ.
So he's telling you he only espoused you to one God, and that was Christ, right? He ain't telling you there's no other God that he's putting towards you in front of your face. So keep going.
But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ.
And this is what all these false pastors are doing. They working for Satan and trying to corrupt your mind and taking away the simplicity that is in Christ.
Right.
And we can't allow them to take the simplicity away from Christ, because everything that we do with Christ is simple. It's not hard, right? Keep going.
Verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus,
Hold on.
whom-
They said they're going to preach another Jesus.
another Jesus.
I thought it was only one Jesus.
Nah, there's other Jesus out there.
No, it's two. It's more than one Jesus out there. You got that Roman Catholic Jesus that talks about Christmas and Easter and all these man-made holidays that don't have nothing to do with Christ. He got feast days that you're supposed to take part in, and you won't even take part in those things,
Right.
because they are a shadow of things to come. But the body is of Christ. So let's keep going.
Whom we have not preached, or if he receive another spirit, which he have not received, or another gospel, which he have not accepted, he might well bear with him.
And just like earlier in the other lesson, if you're not taking part in the doctrine of Christ, you're not going to have the Son or the Father. So you might want to check which God you serving. You know, as a lesson that I've heard from one of the brothers that taught here, name your God. Show who your God is.
Come on.
So let's go to Hosea.
You want to finish Romans?
No, that was
3.
I just wanted to go to 4.
Okay.
Hosea 4, 1 and 2. When you get there, go.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
And why you got a controversy with the
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
Because ain't nobody out here telling you the truth. And then it ain't even having no mercy on people at the same time. Because you have no knowledge of God in the land, right? But what happened?
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood.
And that sounds like all they're doing is breaking all the commandments that the Lord told them not to break. Right? So let's go skip down to 5.
Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother.
And why is that?
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
So because you don't want to take on God's knowledge and learn of God, which is this open book test, mind you,
Open book.
you're going to fail an open book test because you don't want to take on his knowledge and retain his knowledge. He's going to reject you. Keep going.
That thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
And Israel, that's who you are. Black people of America, that's who you are. You are his priest. Get on your job.
Right.
Stop being lazy. Keep going.
I will also forget thy children.
You're going to forget your children as well.
That's what he said.
That's
Once
a
you
part.
forgot
That's
him.
a part of the curses that we're under. He's going to forget our children as well. Keep going.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
And see, understand you when the brothers out here trying to tell you the truth and rebuke you for what you're doing, remember, you ain't affecting them because you sinning against the Lord. They just telling you what you are doing against the Lord. Right. So don't kill the messenger. You need to check yourself and examine yourself first. Keep going.
They eat of the sins of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And there shall be like people, like priests. I will punish them for their ways and reward them their doings.
All I'm gonna say is you don't want that smoke from the Lord.
No, sir.
Keep going.
For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to the Lord.
Yeah, we've been committing whoredom since we came out of Egypt. We've been serving other gods since we came out of Egypt, and we're still doing it till this day. Turn back to your God. Take that zeal you have for them false gods and put that zeal in the true and living God.
Right.
And I guarantee you that the Lord is going to give you your ultimate reward, which is salvation. Keep going.
Nice. Oil and wine and new wine take away the heart. My people ask counsel of their stock, and their staff declareth unto them, for the spirit of whoredom have caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under
He
their
said
God.
they on the new wine, right?
A new wine.
Okay. So you done that?
No. 13. They sacrifice upon the tops of mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that doth not understand shall fall.
That's what's going to happen. So let's go to Isaiah 30.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
1 through 13.
Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
See, this is what they do. We got a whole bunch of people that they so rebellious, they won't take counsel from what the Lord has said. The Lord said, keep the Sabbath. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy on the seventh day. But you turn and go on the first day of the week. So you spitting in his face. You telling him you hate him without even telling him. Keep going.
And that covereth with a covering, but not of my spirit.
See, it's not of his spirit. So who covering they covering over with? It's Satan's covering. Keep going.
That they may add sin to sin, that walk and go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
See, and that's what they are. They're confused. A lot of people, you can walk up to them and you ask them about God, they can't even tell you anything about God, the God that they serve.
Right.
But they want you to come and serve their God. Keep going.
That's so true.
For his princes were at Zohan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. They were all ashamed of the people, and could not profit them, nor be an help, nor profit.
Skip down to 8.
Nor go. Now go, write it in a book, in a table. I'm sorry. Now go, write it before them in a book, a table. I'm sorry, and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come,
that what?
Forever and ever.
That what?
That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
So they're lying children. And he said they will not hear the law of the Lord. But I thought the law was done away with.
Nah, the law is not done away with.
But that's what everybody want to say. So the reason why you're in a situation, because you're not hearing the law of the Lord.
Right.
He wants you to listen to what he's saying. But what else happened?
Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophet, prophesy not unto us.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me what the prophets are saying.
Right.
I don't want to hear that. Just give me something smooth. I like the smooth stuff. Keep going.
Right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceit.
There you go. Them smooth stuff. They're going to prophesy in deceit. Meaning you ain't got to do nothing. Jesus did it all. That's deceit.
Yep.
You ain't gonna get salvation if you keep thinking with that thought process. Because Jesus did his part, and you got to do your part.
Right.
Keep going.
Get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
And why would you want the Holy One of Israel to cease from among you? You need him to be with you, near you, so you can be like him.
Right.
Because that's the whole purpose, for you to be like God. He created you to be God.
Right.
So why don't you want to be like him? Don't he say you got to walk as Jesus walked?
Right.
So we got to follow the commandments too, because he followed all of them and didn't sin not once. And what is sin? Sin is the transgression of the law. 1 John 3 and 4. So let's go. Let's keep going.
Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly as an instant.
Let's go to Isaiah 29, 9 through 13.
Stay yourself and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Yeah, because remember they was talking about that new wine,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
And that new wine.
So now we're going to explain what this wine is that they drunk on, right? Keep going.
For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
He said deep sleep. You know, you ain't in a regular sleep. You in deep sleep, like that John he put Adam in when he took the rib.
Right.
You know what I mean? He put him in the deep sleep because he was about to pull that surgery off. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you need to be in the deep sleep. But keep going.
And have closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered.
See, all the people that they keep talking about, they getting their word from, they all blind. He got all of them blind.
Blind leading the blind.
Exactly. Keep going.
And the vision of all is become unto you as words of a book that is sealed.
How you gonna read a book that's sealed? You can't read a book that's sealed.
Right.
So this is what's happening to they pastors and preachers. They giving them stuff that they can't even see. Keep going.
Which man delivered to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed.
Right.
Look at it.
Right.
Self-explanatory, right? Keep going.
And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near to me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of men.
I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus, but I don't do nothing you say. Why you call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things that I say?
Right.
Let's go to Matthew 15, 1 through 9. Because this is one of the reasons why they can't, do what the Lord said. Because they stuck on their traditions. Traditions. My grandma did this. Let's go.
Then came to Jesus scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
Now we know these are all the religious leaders and stuff like that. So they had this little thing where you had to wash your hands before eating bread. Now we know that's a good thing to wash your hands before eating bread. You know what I mean? Like, you want to have be sanitized, know. But hey, is it a sin? Nah. Most of us probably do that when we go to McDonald's or whatever fast food joint. We get our food and just go right at it. You know what I mean? We ain't wash our hands, but keep going.
But he answered and said unto them, why do he also transgress the commandments of God by your traditions?
See, this is the problem, because you transgressing God by those traditions. See, the first thing wasn't a sin, but what you're doing with your traditions is a sin.
Right.
Let's keep going.
For God commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die to death. But ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have he made the commandments of God of none effect by your traditions.
So you making the commandments of none effect by keeping the traditions that you have. So if your grandmom say she has some traditions and you want to keep them because you want to keep their tradition going, but it's going against the word of God, you are going against what God is saying. And you need to change that. Because you need to take that zeal that you have for your grandparents' traditions
Mm.
and take it and put it towards God's commandments.
There you go.
Keep going.
Hypocrisy. Ye hypocrites! Well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor me with their lips, but their hearts is far from me.
That means your mind is far from Him.
Right.
You don't got your mind on God like it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about His word, because His word is what gives you life. If you're not taking a part in His word, you're going to die.
Right.
It's plain and simple.
Let them know.
But in vain they do worship me, teaching
Uh-huh.
for doctrines the commandments of men.
See, the commandments of men. So let's go to Isaiah 65. When you get there, go ahead.
I have spread out my hands all day unto a rebellious people,
Mhm.
which walk in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face.
See, you provoking the Lord by your own thoughts. You need to be on His page, on His accord, with His word and His understanding.
Right.
Keep going.
That sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves, and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and the broth and abominable things in their vessels, which say, Stand by thyself, come not near me, for I am holier than thou. These are smoke in my nose,
Mhm.
a fire that burneth all the day long, all the day. Behold, it is written before me. I will not keep silence, but I will recompense, even recompense in their bosom. Your iniquities and your iniquities of your fathers together, saith the Lord, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former works into their own bosom. Thus saith the Lord, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, Destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do to my servant
Oh, that's it.
for my servant's sake.
That's it. Let's go to Isaiah 66, 15 and 18. But he's definitely trying to tell you that these things that he's showing you, like eating these abominable things, he's going to kill you for this. And it's going against his law. Take away those things and get the zeal of God and do what according to his will and his knowledge. Keep going.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
See, he coming to kill. He ain't coming to play with y'all.
Right.
For by fire and by his sword would the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
He said the slain of the Lord gonna be many. You don't want to be in that boat, man. You don't want to be in that boat. Keep going.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree.
That's the problem. They that sanctify themselves. The Lord is supposed to be the one that sanctifies you, not yourself. Stop trying to sanctify yourself. You're gonna go into a ditch. Keep going.
In the midst eating swine's flesh and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. For I know their works and their thoughts, and it shall come. I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory.
And see, he says, he know their works. He already know you. He know what you're gonna do. So stop playing games with him. Let's go to Deuteronomy 18. Go ahead.
When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
And that's what we're doing today. Same abominations. Keep going.
There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or that observeth time.
And they're doing all that in Hollywood. Keep going.
Or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter of familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer.
That's all against the Lord. All of it. Keep going.
For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee.
And he kicked them out of the land because of that. And then you go and do the exact same thing that they're doing. Now you get kicked out the land. Keep going.
Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God.
He said, be perfect?
Be
I
perfect.
thought we couldn't be perfect.
Yeah, you can.
Now, he's telling you you can be perfect. Keep going.
For these nations which thou shalt possess hearken unto observers of time and unto diviners. But as for thee, the Lord God have not suffered thee to do so.
He told you not to do it because he told you he didn't suffer you to do that. Keep going.
The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him shall he hearken, according to all that thou desirest the Lord thy God in Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. And the Lord said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. And I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words which he shall speak in my name, I will require
Give
of
me
him.
verse 22.
When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing the Lord have not spoken, but the prophet have spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him.
And this prophet that he's talking about raising up is Jesus.
Right.
And what Jesus says in Matthew 5:7 and 17 is he did not come to destroy the law or the prophets. So if he's telling you he did not come to destroy neither of those things, why are we not taking part on those things? So we need to hearken to that prophet. So let's go to Proverbs 4:1 and 2, and then verse 4. When you get there, go ahead.
Hear he the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding.
Because we need instruction, right?
For I give you good doctrine, forsake he not my law.
See, he said he give you good doctrine, not that other doctrine, that bad wine that we've been getting, right? Keep going.
He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live.
See, it's life with the commandments, because he's telling you, keep his commandments and live. Let's go to 2 John.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ, have not God. He that abideth in the doctrine of Christ, he have both the Father and the Son.
See, you need that doctrine. You need to abide in this doctrine. Go to 5. Verse 5.
And now I beseech thee, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but that which we had from the beginning, that we love one another.
That's part of it. You got to love one another. Right? Keep going.
And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as he have heard from the beginning, he shall walk in it. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist.
And you got to get away from them, because they're going to deceive you and get you off the path. Keep going.
Look to yourselves, that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward.
So don't lose what was taught to you in this truth, and so you can continue to get this reward. Let's go to John 7:17, and matter of fact, let's just go to 1 John 2 and 3 and 4. I know. 1 John 2,
17,
3 and 4. 1 John 2.
2, 3, and 4?
Yeah, 3 and 4.
Okay. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
Okay. So keep on. He that saith,
I know him and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
and that was the zeal of God, not according to a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. And thank you for your time.
All right. He got his last 3 seconds in.
You sped it up though.
I know.
Yeah, very good.
I was trying to get the other one that John did, and I was like,